KKHT wants you to meet three of the classiest guys in real estate.
I am Chris Kelso, the maestro of mortgage.
I am Rob Cook, the godfather of real estate.
And I'm Joe Orsack, the king of credit swing. And together, we're
the Real Estate Rat Pack.
Much like us, real estate right now is smoking hot. So whether it's buying, selling, or owning, you need to check out the Real Estate Rat Pack.
They're here to take your calls and answer your questions live. Call now, 1-800-808-5548. And now, the Real Estate Rat Pack.
Man down!
Good morning.
We've got a man down!
We do have a man down. Yeah, Chris Kelso called it today. It sounded like an obscene phone call.
I can't hear. I can't talk.
So anyway,
my knees are knobby.
Chris, I hope you're listening out there, and we're gonna carry on without you, man. And we've got a good show. This is a show actually I've been wanting to do for a long time. If we get Joe under control,
Obscure Monty Python references. Go ahead.
Yes, we're gonna talk a little bit about home security. We're going to talk, home security. And I'll tell you why we kind of selected this time of year also is that it becomes a target-rich environment. We get into the holiday season where people are buying gifts and they're putting them in the house, and there's a high degree of
lots of people are out shopping, just not always at stores.
It's exactly. They're looking for that 5-finger discount at your house. So
I like the look of their tree.
So
through the window.
but it's a target-rich environment. People know there's stuff there. Then, like you say, people who are displaying a Christmas tree or the Hanukkah bush or whatever, they know that there's going to be gifts around. And what do you do? And so today we have Jacoby Farris on with us. Welcome, Jacoby.
Oh, thank you.
And so we want to talk about is maybe the first consultation with somebody. They don't have a system. And talk about your business a little bit, what you do, how you do it, and then we'll talk about consulting with that consumer and how to get started.
Well, first let us know, too, who you are and who you're with.
Isn't that what I just said?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Yes. No more mimosas for you in the morning, Joe.
Well, yeah, my name is Jacoby Farris. Thank you guys for having me on your show today. I work for Pyrotech Systems here in the Houston and surrounding areas. We do fire and security systems, camera systems, high profile type situations. The thing about home security, as you were talking about, Rob, is usually it's an afterthought. You don't realize you need it until you've been broken into, or you don't think about it. People always, when they buy a home, they buy homeowners insurance, but they usually don't care a lot about the security until it's too late.
And insurance doesn't help you until it's already happened.
Exactly.
So it's like that. And we'll talk. And we have one of our great sponsors, Jason Jimenez, is on the show, and of course he's here to talk about that impact on insurance and things like that. But let's talk about that first consultation. Now, a lot of people are buying new homes, and there's a security system in there. But what I've seen is that they're not necessarily adequate to do everything they want it to do. So kind of talk about that or retrofitting an existing home.
I would say probably 8 times out of 10, that's correct. Especially an older home, 20 or 30 years. If you're lucky, it may have one in it. Or a lot of times like you said, it's an afterthought. So you get into a home, and the system may not have even been used for the last 5-10 years, and it's usually subpar best.
Well, I still have the remnants of an intercom system, and I see those switches at the windows, which anybody could go up and go clip it. So
yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, on the Rat Pack show, something too. We preach this as a message, as a repeated message on this show. It's work with experts in the field. Mm-hmm. I no more want a big box generic realtor to handle my house sale than I want
That is no reflection of Prudential Anderson Property.
Yes.
Just say it.
Yes. I don't mean big box as in, big recognizable name. I mean generic application. The person that says, I specialize in all markets. I sell houses everywhere, Rob.
Okay.
I want an expert in my area. And just the same, I want an expert in home security. Nothing against the big other companies out there that we won't mention the names because they don't sponsor our shows. Nothing against those guys.
Does that mean we have to sponsor you now?
Yeah. I think he understands the program now.
He's catching on, Rob.
I didn't know we were that transparent.
We want to work with folks that specialize in their industry, that are experts in their industry. And one thing that we were putting out feelers and talking to folks about home security and having somebody on that you said that really sparked my interest was that you treat every home as a unique product, as its own environment, and that you walk that environment with the customer to figure out what their concerns are before you build a system. So it's not the, hey, here's the $99 special, move in, and you get 3 sensors and an angry Chihuahua. So tell us about the process, leading up to how you recommend a system for somebody.
Well, first of all, the thing that I've learned being in the business for 15 years is that no two properties, no two people want the same thing out of a security system. There's different things they want to protect. There's different things that they have concerns with. There's different wants and desires they want as far as performance of their security system. Now, today's technology, you can arm and disarm your system from your Android phone or your iPhone. Look, you can see a camera when it's motion activated. It'll flash the video image in front of your screen. Some people don't want to go that high speed. Some people just want to, scare the bad guys away with a big loud siren. The thing about it is, it's like I said, it's what you want. It's what's the layout of your house? What do you have in your house that you're concerned with? What do you have outside your house? Do you have boats? Do you have RVs? Do you have four-wheelers? Do you have a shed with a carpentry deal that you want to, you got to, some people can have $1,000 of equipment in a man cave. I mean, seriously, in all
you
all
can
fairness.
protect my vintage 8-track collection.
I'm thinking more like $50,000 worth of stuff.
Easy. So it's, what do you want? What can I provide to you to protect what you have?
And what are you seeing people put in a lot of surveillance systems?
Surveillance has come a long way over the last 5 years. It's almost become mandatory with regards to home security system and commercial. People, and I'll give you an example.
We hoped you would.
Our company services has a customer in Alvin, and they got broke into, and the guy obviously had cased the place before. They had one camera in the front, and the guy walked up, spray painted the camera, and took the coin machine out of the back of the building. Didn't get to see his face. Of course, it was a 24-hour type of business, so there was no arming and disarming of a security system, so no security alarm. And the police told him, unless we have facial recognition, there's nothing we can do. And so, camera systems.
So how do you make a camera less obvious?
Well, I can take you to a couple places right now that you never find the camera.
What? So when you're doing a residential installation, I mean, do you? I've walked up to houses and I look up and I can see that camera.
Yeah,
but
that camera saw you a long time before you saw it. I could almost guarantee you, if it was aimed right and things of that sort. The biggest thing with camera systems and what people don't realize is the aspect of cross zoning. Having cameras overlapping and looking at each other and looking, so that if one camera does get, destroyed or whatever, the other camera saw the event happening. And a lot of people fail to understand that aspect.
All right, let's do a kind of a walkthrough scenario. I've got a 3,000 square foot house that was built in 1985 and really have nothing in there. And I want all my windows protected. I want break detectors, and I want motion detectors in some of the rooms, but I have a pet, so I want to make sure I don't have it in every room. Mm-hmm. Walk me through that.
Walk you through the process. Well, when I walk into a door or walk into a house, I'm thinking, kind of like a criminal mindset. Where would I come in?
That's really scary. Jacoby.
Yeah, well,
he looked a little seedy, Rob.
Yeah, it's the serial stalker in me.
You heard it here, folks.
and we got proof. Okay, so I'm
about that sponsorship.
Anything I can do to get us out of it.
The fee just went up.
But and I say that because I've seen break-ins. I've seen the aftermath of break-ins. I've seen things that have happened. So I try to think, where are you vulnerable? Where are you vulnerable? A lot of people love windows, but windows are real easy to get into.
Yeah.
Is that the most vulnerable place in a house is windows?
I would say 9 times out of 10, someone's going to break a window versus trying to jimmy open a door or a lock. And there comes in the glass break.
Of course, I remember I had built a house out in the country. I had a break detector, and every time we had a thunderstorm, it was calling the police.
It can. They are sensitive. I could slam my keys up against one and set it off. I can drop a plate in the kitchen and set one off. They are sensitive. But there's bypass methods of when you're home and not home and things of that sort. You can turn them on, turn them off if you choose. But yeah, the whole pet thing. There's pet sensitive motion sensors that doesn't pick up objects under 40 pounds, stuff like that. So like I said, it is really a specific scenario to what your need is, your house is.
Now, how do you handle it? I mean, again, it's hard to retrofit a house because, a lot of houses come pre-wired and then you can add your components as you come in. But you've got a house that is not wired and you want sensors on the windows. Are they all wireless sensors? And how does that work? What kind of technology is that?
Well, there are wireless sensors. There are hardwired sensors. Typically, especially on a 2-story house, very difficult to get wire down to the first floor without destroy,
Yeah,
messing
tearing up
up
the house,
tearing
yes.
up sheetrock. So yeah, there are wireless devices that control things for you and stuff like this.
Are window sensors still common? Is that practical route for people
Oh
to go? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Windows, doors, but like I said, not always do they open the window.
And of course, one of the things is as a deterrent. If someone, I'm sure you put your little sign out front that there is a system here that people are going to go. They're going to take the least line of resistance. They're going to break in. They go, I'm going to go to the house that doesn't have one. So I'm sure it gives you kind of a
Sell
a
sign
leg up.
kits?
They come with the package.
I just want some stickers for the windows and the signs. How about
I
that?
promise you, there's people out there doing that.
I'm sure.
But
Or they move into a house and they just never take it down.
That's right,
Yeah.
and I see it all the time where I'm protected by.
Yeah.
But you really do need the
This
protection
sign.
because the people have gotten emboldened, and I've heard some break-ins in some really nice areas in Houston, and so we've always got to be on that cutting edge of what can we do better. There's people breaking into homes when people are at home.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary. And I don't even know how you defend against that. But I guess the camera is probably the best way to kind of proactively surveil around your house and see who's walking up to your front door.
Cameras are the first deterrent. Cameras are your first line of defense, so to speak.
And
you
a
guys-
Smith & Wesson 357 doesn't hurt.
Yeah. When backed into a
Yes.
corner, so to speak.
Do you guys do any kind of lighting outside, motion lighting or anything like that?
That is a possibility. I haven't done that in a while. I have in times past. The thing about it is though, with cameras, they have cameras that go down to such a low lux setting that it would almost have to be pitch black, tree coverage, no moon, no stars, to not get a good picture. You
Wow.
know,
So the technology really has kind of cut it with that stuff.
the technology.
Because
is
it used to
there.
be that you'd have to have a light come on.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe you're going to get a fuzzy picture of this
Right.
blur that's going across the yard. So it has really changed like that.
Oh, yeah.
We're down to already coming up on the break, so I want to make sure folks know how to get a hold of you for a custom consultation with them.
Again, our number, our company name is Pyrotech Systems out of Alvin, Texas. The office phone number is 281-585-0585, and my cell number is 832-585-7368. And my name's Jacoby.
Well, we're going to ask you to stick around because we're going to have our last section where we talk about it all together and roll the thoughts together, so don't leave.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And plus, we've probably got some other questions. Hopefully, get some call-ins and tell them what the phone number is.
Yeah,
Let's see if I'm gonna,
800-808-5548.
I just wanted to know if
I know,
you could
you
do
just
it.
threw me on the spot. We'll be right back.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Maggie Heath, babe, and it keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with its teeth, babe, scarlet billows start to spread.